Now, my first guest tonight is an emerging R&B artist. He's a Scandinavian. We're going to find out where he comes from exactly. Now, he's had a lot of interest, right? I've got to say. And whenever I kind of see that you've got a lot of interest and support, I'm interested. He's done a collab with UK producers Sons of Sonics for his new track called All Night, which we're going to hear later. And it's the first to be released from a forthcoming EP. He goes by the name of Trevis. Trevis, welcome to the scene.
How's it going?
I'm all right. How are you?
Man, hearing your voice makes me miss London.
Hearing your voice makes me want to be in, is it Cali? Is it Cali? California?
Yes, I'm in LA right now.
Oh, do you know what? The first and only time I went to LA, I didn't actually want to go. I was always going to Las Vegas, and I was like, no, I'm not interested in LA.
I'm scared of Las Vegas.
Bruv, when I went to LA, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I can't say that it's my spiritual home, but I absolutely love it. Now, born and raised in Norway, how did you get into music?
Man, I didn't, it wasn't always music for me, honestly. Growing up, I wanted to be a footballer. And looking back at everything I've been through, I always say there's your plan and then there's God's plan. And,
absolutely.
Like growing up, my blood, sweat, and tears was football. So I joined my first club when I was 5, another club when I was 7. I lived in Spain for a little bit, played for some clubs over there. And I was even in Manchester United playing for the Manchester United soccer school as well. That was everything I wanted to do. And then injury, I just kept getting injured. And eventually my mom and my doctor said that there's no way you can keep going at this rate. And I had to kind of give it up. And I was going through a lot of stuff for a minute there. I was in a really dark place. And I haven't really told anyone about this until recently. So it feels really good to be able to open up about it. But my mom was worried about my health and my safety, so she had to get me out, and she did what moms do, and she took care of me, and she made sure I got out. And I ended up in LA because we had some friends and relatives over here, and I ended up coming out here, and I was in I made my way to the back of Harmony Samuels, who's a British producer, studio here in LA, and I would just sit in the back and I'd watch him do his thing. And, you know, he works with all the greats, and I would just be so inspired by everything they would do and how they created music. And I fell in love with it instantly. And for the last few years, that's everything I've been doing.
There's something interesting that you said, something fun that you said, and there was something quite serious that you said. The fun thing, how Man United, come on, man. Man United, how, I hate, do you know what my pet hate? You're not a Londoner, but Londoners that don't support London teams. And there's one particular presenter on this station. All it is Man United, Man United. Do you still, even though you don't play for them, is it a team that you follow?
I was in such a bad place. I was in such a dark place when I couldn't play my sport anymore. And so I just completely turned away from it. Wow. I honestly kind of hated it for a minute. I was 15 years old going through the biggest heartbreak yet in my life, and to me, I just I kind of turned away from it. But recently, I've been starting watching again, so I'm picking up again. I know like Soul Show is back there for a minute, so I picked up on that, but honestly, like that heartbreak was something I can't. It was such a dark past for me, so I just try and stay away from it. And that's also why my music these days are very positive, and it's very like, it's not sad songs. I'm not writing sad stories and stuff because, to me, music is the complete opposite. Music is the best thing in the world.
Now, at 15, you're an athlete, you're expecting big things and it doesn't happen. But, looking back, you kind of got through, yeah? You're in a good place now, yeah?
My mom's got me. She did what moms do, and she got me out. So bless her.
Yeah,
bless her
that's
heart.
what mums do. So how's life for you and making music in California? Like, look, it must be inspiring. All I can think about in terms of Norway, they call fields, yeah? So when you're looking at a field in Norway compared to like life, the beach and everything in California, it's a lot better, right? How do you find life in Cali?
The thing is, I'm always in Europe. I'm always in Norway. I'm actually in the UK a lot. But for me, when it comes to making music and the music videos and the shoots and everything creatively, I tend to do it over here. Cause I got my people, like shout out BOE, shout out Sons of Sonics, Harmony Samuels, Varian Wade. We all work out here, and then I bring it back to Europe, and then I kind of, put the music out there and try and do as many shows as I can. Because I'm still Norwegian, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
so
I'm
what, in
always back there,
terms
my
of
family's there,
the
my friends.
food and all of that, you're still Norwegian? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but honestly, like during the COVID lockdown, it was just completely quiet. Nobody wanted to be in the studios. They were scared of it. People were busy once things started opening back up. So to me, it was like, I gotta find a way to do this myself. And the best way for me to do that was to start learning the craft, like dig deep. And that was that's how I started producing music. And I started writing more. I started recording everything out of my bedroom studio setup. And I was so busy. It was so hectic last year.
Yeah.
Like I would be recording one song, writing another song, comping the other song, producing the third song, and I'd just be like going crazy. And now we got like a ton of new music ready to come out, and All Night just dropped last week. So we're getting started.
So you're in the glitz and glamour of LA, you're making music. When you go home to Norway, is it still quite humbling?
Yeah, of course. I mean, Norway's my roots. I got my boys that I don't see for 6 months at a time, but when we meet up, it's like we met each other last night, and same with the UK. Like, I was in the UK a lot growing up. My manager is from London and from West London, and we met when I was going through that time. And when I moved out to LA, he would come out, and when I was in Europe, we'd always be in London, and I have a lot of homegirls out there as well. I love Nando's. I'd be up in Nando's every weekend. So yeah, I'm still a European at heart all day.
My producer has said something really funny, but I'm not going to go there with you. I'm going to be professional. In terms of your kind of music influence.
I want to hear it.
Well, you know what? I tell you who I like. I like Justin Bieber. I like Justin Timberlake, and they're kind of saying that you're kind of
me too,
cute.
for sure.
You're kind of cute, but you got to be cute with R&B.
I'm cute.
Yeah, you're kind of cute. You're kind of cute.
Oh, but put your producer on. I want to say hello.
But listen, let's keep it professional. In terms of your music inspiration, growing up, who were you listening to?
Wow. Growing up, Chris Brown was one of my favorite artists by far. As an artist, as a performer, as a dancer, everything he did, everything he does still today. I heard he's got an iPhone with 5,000-6,000 songs on it. Like, he doesn't stop working ever. And to have that longevity of a career and still be as focused and determined and hardworking like that is so inspirational to me. You mentioned Justin Timberlake as well. I love Justin Timberlake. He's an incredible performer, and I love that. I don't know if you heard of Cocaine 80s, but they're also one of my favorite bands growing up. Shout out James Fauntleroy. He's one of my favorite songwriters. Yeah. So I listened to a lot of him. And then Kanye West, of course. Yeah. I love Kanye. I love his production. I love everything he does, everything he touches.
So listen, can you dance? If you like Chris Brown, can you dance? Can you?
So it's funny. So yes, I can dance. The thing is, like, I wasn't. I swear, like, I wasn't even trying to become a dancer, but like, even when I was like becoming an artist and working on my craft, I would do a lot of performance rehearsals, and through that, I ended up just dancing. So
you mentioned Sons of Sonics. They're UK producers. How did you team up with them? Was that always on the card?
So it happened in the beginning of COVID. Like I said, I was sitting in the back of Harmony Samuels, who's a British producer, huge British producer. Huge fan of his work, and I would sit in the back just watching him do his thing, and that's his family. They're in the same building, BOE, here in LA. And my manager put us together right before COVID happened, and we started making these records. And All Night was made. That's the first session we did. First day, first night, we made All Night. And I posted something about it on social media yesterday about the making of it, and like the reaction we all had in that room was just so authentic, and it was just instant.
So you had what? You had it on Instagram Live. Was that how you were kind of doing it when you were making the song?
No, I posted it. So yeah, we actually posted it. We posted it like a year ago or something like that on my Instagram, and it was getting mad love from like Wretch32 and Nigerian artist Oxlade, and everybody was loving it, and they were like, "You got to put this out." But in the meantime, we're making more records so that we had like an EP ready to go by the time we started putting music out, and that's where we're at now. And like I said, I posted the making of it yesterday on my Instagram, and it's just, yeah, it was so authentic, and we clicked right away. So shout out Sons of Sonics, and also shout out Kes Cross, the songwriter I wrote it with, and Jose Cardoza as well, who mixed it. Incredible musicians.
What's it like when you get kind of, love and you get support from fellow artists, particularly people that you probably look up to?
This is different. Like, no, this is different. Like I'll pinch myself a little bit because like growing up, I've always been around artists and I've been around the scene and stuff, but having like putting your art out and having people that you respect and look up to, like Wretch 32, posting on your story and like comment and all this stuff, it's like I'm doing something right, and what I'm making, other people think it's good as well, and it's just the most humbling feeling, to be honest. So I appreciate all the love that's coming in.
You've got the new track. What's it all about? What's All Night? Look, I won't even say what I think it could be about, but you need to tell me cleanly, what is it all about?
Cleanly? Okay. The record...
Is there an inspiration?
The record is about a girl.
Yeah.
The record is about meeting a girl and just driving around the city, spending all night with her.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
All night. Okay. What's next? What's next for you? Yeah. What does success actually look like for you?
Man, success right now to me is being able to come back to London and do a show and have people sing these songs back to me. That's definitely success right now.
Do you like that when the ladies sing
being able to...
word for word? They just like look at you and they're swaying. You don't want them to throw their underwear, their shoes or anything like that, as long as they got the words, right?
As long as that whole room is singing it back, it's going to put a tear to my eye for sure.
All right, listen, I've got two important questions for you.
Okay.
You must be good at languages, right? Because obviously Norwegian, I'm actually good at languages. I did German, I did Dutch, I did French, and I did Italian. Okay. I want you to say...
No Norwegian, eh?
No. I want you to say how... Well, I can't even do the sort of, the Danish or the Swedish, but how would you say I love you in Norwegian?
In Norwegian?
Yeah.
Jeg elsker deg.
Who?
Jeg elsker deg.
Jeg elsker deg. Okay, how would I say my name is Kim? Let's try that then. Come on.
Mitt navn er Kim.
Mitt navn er Kim.
Mitt navn er Kim.
Mitt navn er Kim.
Mitt navn er Kim. Oh, there you go.
I can't do
now
it.
Say, jeg elsker deg. Try that again. Try that first one. Jeg elsker deg.
Who?
Jeg elsker deg.
I can't. Jeg elsker deg. Jeg elsker deg.
There you go.
Jeg elsker deg.
There you go.
Means I love you. Okay. All right.
You said it.
All right. Listen, when are you coming back to London? Don't think about it. Tell me. I'm going to haunt you. Now that you've met me, as soon as possible, right?
Yeah.
Listen, when you come back to London, we're outside, we're out there now. Everything is back to normal in London. We definitely want to get you here in the studio. I'm going to show you parts of London that is more than Nando's. I'm going to show you lots of different parts of London.
There you go.
Yeah. If anyone wants to follow you on your socials, find out a lot more about you, give me a shout out for your socials.
My Instagram is Trevis Brenmo. It's a little tricky. It's Trevis Brenmo. It's a little different, a little Norwegian, isn't it?
Listen, I want you actually in Norwegian first, and then the translation. I want you to introduce your track in Norwegian first, please.
Dette min nye single All Night her på BBC Radio London.
In English?
This is my new record, All Night, here on BBC Radio London.
Listen, you got to come to London. You got to come into the studio, and we're gonna have some fun, right? Lots of love. I'm gonna take
you up on that, yeah. So when I'm in London, I'm gonna see you.
Absolutely.
When I touch down, I'm gonna see you first.
All right, take care. Bye bye.
100%.
Baby, them legs are long and lethal. Let me buy you a drink. Stay here and sip it with me. So pretty in this lighting. You wanna grab your coat and we'll go and pull up in my Jeep. She said the love don't come free. wanna touch you, baby. Oh, she don't wanna go slow. Shawty got cake. Play me on the aux cord. We can make it take. Body like bankroll. She don't like change. That's right. Take it to the shot though. All up in my lap though. Girl so sweet. Hotel top flow. At the valet. That's right. It ain't no breaks. That's right. Beep, she says she wanna go. Alright. Beep, we pull up in my go. Alright. Beep, she says she wanna go all night. Beep, she says she wanna go all night. Beep, she says she wanna go. Alright. Beep, we pull up in my go. Alright. Beep, she says she wanna go all night. Beep, she says she wanna go.